Streets. Hi, son. Look at us,
Oi,
sleeveless.
We're not fucking live, are we?
Definitely not live, my friend. Definitely not live, my friend. Yeah, we'll stay away from live for a while, just in case in post. Let's be honest, it's going to be me that says something a little bit that I think is funny because I've forgotten that it's just you. It's not just you and me. Yeah, well, we'll start out like, thank you for everyone that's been listening. It's been really positive, like surprisingly positive. I know I said this on the beginning of the Naz episode, but it's been really, really nice to hear. And the more you hear it, the more we're going to do it.
So careful what you wish for, guys. Keep those sweet lies coming to us.
Exactly. But yeah, intro and outros coming.
Yep.
We are chasing down 5s of downloads a month. Like we're apparently charting on the Great British Sports podcast chart. Right.
That's right.
All I'm gonna say, look out 234 because
we're coming.
The cuties are coming, boy. And I'm ready to kiss people softly. Right. So let's have a second official ep, right?
Yes.
Fight Camp 1, first week of Eddie Hearn, the legend, in the gazebo, the mega gazebo that he's done. I mean, there is simply nothing more Essex than a giant house with a giant garden with a giant gazebo, having a big night in it.
Having a punch on.
Oh, it's the most Brentwood, and I genuinely adore it. My mate lives at the other end of his field. Like he's trying to like get ready with telescopes and something. He's already
got the
like,
binoculars.
There's anti-drone. I mean, he's got Sky Sports. He doesn't need to get the binoculars out. He doesn't need to get that close. But yeah,
Eddie, you are the man. Thank you for bringing boxing back. Like, absolutely. Oh my God, we have missed you.
It has, and it's the production value. It's everything that he does. I like a black ring. I like a black canvas. I like the black ropes. I like all of the look. He's understood what's made the UFC so popular, right?
Yep.
He's understood everything that people want to see. And he's run with it, and he's smashed it.
So build an island next time, Eddie. Come on.
Build an island. I mean, listen, I reckon you can buy Canvey for a couple. Like, it's not that much. There's another one up near Malden called like O'Shea or something that you can go. But yeah, like it's going to be a fun night. Let's start with a little brush over because Paulie Malignaggi, arguably the most fun, the best, the most knowledgeable analyst in the game, has lost his Showtime contract, which I think is a bit strong.
Yeah.
For him in his career, right? Irrelevant of what he said, how he said it, the context, and there's a level of intent, I think, that is always brushed over with those situations. And like it's not for me to say what is and isn't okay to be said. I know what I should and shouldn't say, and I'm a fucking mouth, But
yeah, I mean, that's important because I think Paulie's one of them. He's just been straight up and down. The thing you got to love about Paulie, like he says it just how it is. He says what he thinks, and like when the news came out, I was like,
I thought he'd done something. I thought he did something big.
Yeah, and
I thought he was in Sicily giving it. Yeah.
And with so much going on and everything, but I was like legit, like knowing Paulie how he is and things like that. I was like, oh man, I feel like there's been a tough blow dealt here. Like it's almost, I really don't know because
it's a tough blow for the televised side of the sport, right? Because maybe Matchroom and Sky Sports stick by him because Sky Sports don't mind using him. Maybe they stick by him. I doubt it, but it's harsh, right? Because he is incredibly articulate. He's been there. He's done it. He's 2-time world champion. He is a slick boxer who's done as much as you could probably do without being an absolute megastar. He's made great money. He does it because he loves it. And it's just a shame that it's come to this with him, because how do I say, what he's said, I think what he said, I think you have to be going into it and picking for problems to come out of it.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. I don't think that he was overtly racist. I don't think that that was his intent. And I don't think that at any point was that what he was looking to do. But like, from what I listened to it again. I remember hearing it in, I think, April. It's a long time ago.
You mentioned that. I didn't know it was from that long ago, but that's madness.
Yeah, it was all about Devin Haney's comments about, his comments were quote unquote, no white boy can beat him.
Which, as we said, I mean,
it's not the first time.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the things that Mike used to say.
Yeah.
Come on now. Floyd said it. Connors said worse than that. No one cares. It's and I think they were trying to make Devin Haney versus Luke Campbell. He said that it's promo. It goes both ways. I think what I would like, from my own perspective, is ask Devin if he was offended, right?
Yeah.
Ask Devin if it's a problem with what Paulie said, because I don't know if I'm maybe a little bit limited in scope, or I'm just a little bit of a caveman, or what. But like I said, what he said, everything that he said was factually true. And I think he's a victim of absolutely the wrong time, absolutely the wrong person, because he is verbose, he is loud, he is showy, he is the situation, right? He's Jersey Shore, but that's why people love him.
Yeah.
You know, he's with Paulie D and Vinny with the boys. You know, but yeah, it's just a shame.
Yeah, really, and almost, I mean, as I said, like, I really do want to just listen to it some more, and obviously get like some. But the feedback that I've been seeing from the trainers that have worked with him across, like, all across the board, of all racial backgrounds and things like that, people are just like, listen, this guy, he's not a racist. It's like he was talking about boxing, not anything bigger. Do you know what I mean? It was like
this is exactly it. In sport as a whole, let alone in combat sport, you know, there is no equality, right? Everything aside, across everything, everybody is different. Everybody has attributes that's better than someone else or worse than someone else. There is no equality whatsoever.
100%.
And yeah, it's just tough. He's from Brooklyn. He's not from a wealthy family. Listen, much like being racist in London, being racist in New York, let alone Brooklyn, that's a hard life.
Yeah.
You will live your life furious. If you are devoutly racist, actually racist, I don't think I've ever actually met someone that's, personally, I've never met someone that's properly racist. But yeah, living in a major city of 8, 9, 10 million people, it's a tough life. I doubt he is.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it's just so much going on, and I get tensions are running high, but this just seemed to be, and obviously not, if something had come up, you don't want to excuse away. I just don't feel like this is the case where I just feel like this is not what he was getting at. This is not
no.
We're talking boxing, and now this has become, even though obviously Haney's thing, it starts off with a racial tone, if you want to take it that way, but even he's probably just talking about the people in particular. Do you know what I mean? He's talking about Campbell and things like that, and it's just easier to say no white guy will beat me or whatever, but they're still talking about the people in the division. You know, it's just not like a blanket statement. Likewise, Paulie's saying with Loma and all that.
He is exactly alluding to Loma.
Yeah.
Who do you say beats Loma? This is it.
And
you know,
exactly, and also too, which I think Paulie will be the first to say, it's got nothing to do where the hell he's from. It's just that he's Loma. You know, like skills are what he was talking about, not anything bigger or on a grander scheme than that. It's just the be all and end all. Is that's his opinion on how that fight goes down. So, and I feel like it was just given a much bigger brush than, you know.
Yeah. And from Devin's side, if you're not saying stuff like that, if you're not coming out with epic comments saying no one can beat you and then taking it to a granular level, it's not going to work out for you, right?
Yeah.
Even the most humble fighters, they still think that. They still think no one can beat me. I can't be
Yeah,
beaten.
100%.
You know,
100%.
yeah, and
All the
that's
fights say
what
you
makes
shouldn't be in
them
the
who
ring
they are.
unless you feel that way. Like,
Yeah.
no one goes in thinking, oh, yeah, I'm going to get my ass kicked today.
Yeah.
You don't jump in.
Exactly. Yeah, but it's a shame. I'll be interested to see what happens with it. It's worth a little look. It's on IFL. I'll probably put the link in the notes just to the actual interview. It's like 15 minutes, 12, 15 minutes ish. It's a phone call. It's with one of the IFL guys.
We got all links and shit now. We're our own
Yeah, all in the notes. Yeah, until someone actually wants to do it for me because they're lazy. Yeah. Right. All right. Let's talk the card. Before we talk the card, how much delight did you have to see Mr. Hearn himself balls up live on live TV?
But that's why I wanted the
just kind
homage
of
at
like
the start of this, mate. That's why I wanted that homage at the start of this. That was
respect.
fucking brilliant.
Yeah, respect.
And just the way you started out too, just like,
You're done now, aren't you? What else can you do? Right? It was powerful. Yeah, can you please run us through it?
No context, Hearn doesn't even need to touch that. That is
no, he doesn't need to. Yeah, just done. Like that, arguably one of the most fun Twitters and Instagrams there is. No context Hearn, no context sport is another one. They love
shout out.
Yeah, shout out. They love a bit of Usyk. They love a bit. They just love
mate.
it. Yeah, it's a game changer. Right, the card. Full disclosure, a few of them, I don't know who they are.
That's why these cards are great, mate. That's why these cards are great.
Yeah, we got head in the bill. We got IBF Super Welterweight International title, which is Cheeseman versus Edgerton. Now, both of these guys look great fighters, obviously. Both of them look like they enjoy Max Power magazine a lot. With Mr. Cheeseman, arguably could be the king of the hot hatches and the chaps, like the big chains. Like you look at, like I look at him, and he's just surprisingly crafty, slick. He kind of fights like Kotelnik. You remember him? Yeah. He kind of has that sort of Eastern European technical style, but he doesn't seem to put too much in it. He's constantly moving. He gassed out a little bit in whatever, nearly 8 o'clock at night. I've been up since 5. I can't remember who it was, but it was a big match from Kai. He clearly won, clearly won, but he started to fade a little bit. And Edgerton, all action. He is. Yeah, he's a dream, right? He's just a fighter.
That's what I mean. This fight has just fight written all over it because you've got that beautiful clash of style, and it's just who can impose it and who sticks to the plan also too. Because I mean, obviously Cheeseman lost to Fitzgerald recently, but I mean, who beat Fowler, who's handy as hell.
Yeah.
And Garcia, what is he? 15, 2-1, 9 knockouts. Had the admitted to having some problems outside the ring with gambling and all that sort of stuff, which apparently is all under control now. So always like a good comeback story. So hoping that goes well.
We like a little tickle, don't we?
Yeah, mate. Egerton, what is 28 and 6? Yeah, so a bit of a mix on the lost column, but Liam Smith.
He's a fun fighter. He is.
Yeah,
he's a 100%. Fun fighter. He's all action. He doesn't back down. He's stop or be stopped kind of guy. Not necessarily the case, but he goes, right? He's always out there to.
Oh yeah, I mean, we were just speaking about Paulie. He's beat Paulie.
Yeah,
obviously
exactly.
Paulie. Yeah, down the line, but still, it's Paulie.
He does get cracked. He does get cracked, and Cheeseman is very, very crafty with like off the line big shots that seem like as you're walking in, he's they're not even, they're like set up counters before the counters even happen.
Yeah.
He's quite crafty with that, so you might walk into something.
Well, he does, and like he gets tagged. I mean, they're young, they're young guys, but Jesus, they've got some miles on. That's why it's like it's weird to be at such a crossroad fight at such a young age. And like, I mean, I saw Eddie saying, were it not for COVID, he wouldn't make this fight. Otherwise, do you know what I mean? So it's a banger of a domestic fight to make, and
it's a great fight.
What
it's
a
a
way
great
to
one to
welcome
hit.
boxing back.
It's a great main event for that card. Because, you know.
Yeah, go on.
No, go on.
No, I was just going to say, because you were talking about that before with the getting hit, and it's just whether if Cheeseman stays on the outside and he can box and he can dictate with his boxing skill, that becomes interesting because he does tend to struggle with the movers, although Frankie Gavin, I mean, but generally speaking, not so much, but man, he can bang. So it's like, if they want to make it a scrap, that's when things get interesting. So it's just whether you start going, you know, well, fucking let's have it, and then it becomes war. Then it's very much a pick 'em fight.
You have to, like, for me, I think Cheeseman is probably the one that comes away with the red strap.
Yes.
I think that's the case because I think it's quite hard to make him fight that fight. He's very disciplined. He's very, you know, he looks like he should be a squaddie. I don't know if he was or not, but he definitely, he's just got that very, it's just very straight, you know, black and white textbook.
Yeah.
You know, he's not there. I mean, he looks like he's there for a scrap, but he's not.
Yeah. It's, I mean, all being said, like and honestly speaking, I have kind of gone to and from though, because I'm like, oh, you know what, fucking, maybe it does become a bit of a war and they dig in. It like gun to head, pick a choice. I've got Cheeseman by decision. Like,
Nice.
Yeah, I don't think he takes him out of there, but I think that he will dictate. I think he will control the pace, control the fight on the outside a little bit, use that boxing skill. And I think it'll probably, if he can stick to it, that's the important thing. If he doesn't get dragged into a gunfight, my pick would be him by decision. How about your good self?
I think Cheeseman decision. In no particular order, because why would you do order, right? You got Jordan Gill, who is one of the next gen big boys. You know, you would expect him to come back, have a nice show, walk through, no big deal. Then you got the English heavyweight title, which is Wadley. He kind of, I quite like him. You know, he's a nice mover. He's a good combo puncher.
Yep.
I like his vibe.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah, for sure. I mean, if we're going to go through him, I see him adding another KO, to be honest. Like, I think he gets it done. I think he gets it done before the final bell.
Nice.
What does that take to? 9-0, 8 KOs, I think. So, yeah, I see him taking that. I'm also going with Gill. I think Gill takes it. That one, I picked by decision. You know, not massively high on the KO. Great boxing skill. Not such a huge puncher. So I'm going with decision on that, but I think Gill takes it. Wardy takes it. Who's the first one? Smith and Bennett, isn't it?
Smith and Bennett.
Yeah.
I've
okay.
Again, this is one of the ones where this is where you come into the game, because I
don't
pay for Sky Sports.
I'm going to go Smith by stoppage.
Okay. Dees. I think we've just lost Ian a little bit. No, he's still here. He's still here.
Difficulties here, mate.
You are freezing up a little bit. Are you alive?
I'm back. I'm back in the house.
You're back. You never really left, if I'm honest. You never really left. And then we got the vacant British lightweight title. Discuss.
We talking Tennyson.
Yep. I can't read the names. I'm heavily dyslexic. Like, there's too many letters on. Mate, I think it's Gwyn.
yeah. Gwyn and Tennyson, I'm big up on Tennyson. I'm taking the assassin.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, 2 of his 3 lost what? 10 Farmer, who we were just talking about. I think we've got to do a breakdown special, mate. Like, geez,
absolutely,
comeback special king.
Yeah, comeback special king, and you know, anyone from Philly, I've got a lot of time for, because they just
100?
always they're just funny and interesting as shit.
Yeah.
They just are. Like, it's just no one is boring from Philly for some reason.
See, I mean, the interesting thing with that is the height difference. I think Gwyn's like 10 centimeters taller than him or something. So
wow.
Yeah, that's a bit of size, but I don't think it comes into it. I'm taking Tennyson.
Okay. I've lost you a little bit, dude.
Unless
I'm going with you. I'm going with your vibe, because I've never seen any one of those. I've never seen those guys fight, which means that this weekend, as we're doing this, I'm going to be on the sly getting Sky Sports and just paying up for it, because that's how it is. While Streets is having the odd little bit of technical difficulty,
in the house, mate.
No, you're still audio. The video's gone, but that's fine. Can you hear me? So what we've decided is that whilst we're in this there we go. The man's back. The man's back. There he is.
Back.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. Well, we're going to keep it as unedited and as raw as possible, right? We are doing this on the fly with a laptop that's hosting it and recording it, and it's via Zoom. And I think I have to upgrade my Zoom soon to be able to handle longer videos. But yeah, like I said, we're going to go as raw as possible. And I think he's lost connection again. If he has lost connection again, we'll just call it there, because to be fair, we've done all of the fights. We'll give him a little second, and then we'll have a little crack at that again. But he's having a nightmare, bless him. He's having an absolute nightmare. Right, we will call that there. Again, thank you to everyone who has downloaded. If everyone could like, review, subscribe on Apple iTunes, Spotify, it really helps us. It bumps us up the rankings, and it really just, as the numbers keep going up, we will continue to do this. We're going to continue to do it because it's fun. But obviously it would be nice to make something of this. So yeah, like, rate, review, subscribe. I think Streets is back. Oh, he is back, but I don't think he can hear anything. Yeah, that'd be about it. So I'll have this ready to be put up a little bit. Maybe Saturday morning, I think, will be the time. So anyone that wants to listen to it for their gym workout, anyone that wants to listen to it on the morning run, live their truth, flourish in their dreams. And then yeah, we'll next week we're going to be doing Edwin Valero. I want to do Marvin Hagler. I'm sure Streets will be well up for Marvin Hagler. Edwin Valero is arguably the most terrifying human out there that ever laced up a pair of gloves. Absolute psychopath, destroyer. Right, guys, we'll see you Monday.